psychic reading on what America looks like for the next 4 years with Trump in office. If you guys not know, we are Trinity Oracles. I'm Erica. This is Candace. This is Jasmine. We are 3 psychic sisters, blood related. We do personal psychic readings. We have a Patreon. We also have an Oracle Card Readers Academy, which you should enroll on, where you can learn cards. You can learn how to read cards just like us. Let's get started. Yeah, like this video and subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody knows America right now is crazy. So people want to know, the first question someone asked is, will the USA and Canada's relationship change? Because right now Canada is like not putting American products in their stores and stuff like that. They're blocking a lot of American goodies. So will the USA and Canada's relationship actually change? Will it get better? Will it get worse?
There's a chance that it could get better.
That is temporary.
Yeah. They keep saying there's a chance. There's a chance. There's no definite with this.
I'm getting like the same thing you are. They said it's a possibility, but they say Trump is going to continue to basically turn the knife into Canada. They say that they're like, this is just the beginning, and they said Canada is not going to back down.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I got the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But they said it has to get worse. Like, it has to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately.
They said, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it has to get worse before it gets better. They also said that Canadians, you guys might start hearing this on social media. They said there's going to be a lot of Americans going into Canada with anti-Canadian sentiments. And we run this, like all sorts of stuff. And they keep showing like frat boy mentality. Yes, they said that's the type of people that, and they're going to be like tourists, like visitors going to visit. And you know, like say if Canadians like, but they said Canadians will be doing the same thing. Oh, you're an American? Oh God, like saying rude stuff to American tourists and Americans who are moving there. And they show like a lot of Americans are going to be like, so they said I feel like on social media, they're going to portray the Americans as very
rowdy and stuff.
Rowdy and it's going to make the Canadians look better. Versus, so you're going to see a lot of social media with Canadians and Americans going against each other, but a lot is going to be showing more Americans acting rowdy. Even though the Canadians are, because they show like people like spitting, you're an American? Like stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit of tit for tat between tourists. They even said that. What's it? Canadians are the biggest tourists to America out of the entire world. Yep. And they said actually we have already gone down. Like tourism has gone down from Canada. I can't remember the percentage, but I think it's like 30%.
Yeah.
Something of that nature. So they said the American airlines industry is going to be feeling the bite from less Canadians coming to America.
Also, they're going to feel the bite with just American companies who have products that they ship to Canada. They keep showing that the next 4 years, Americans are going to be losing millions and millions of dollars because Canada is not going to have their products in their store. They said even like shipping, like if you buy something from America and you want to ship to Canada, like no, you can't. It came from America, you can't get it.
Oh wow!
They said it's going to be that. They said a lot of people who have online businesses, they're going to be greatly affected. By this
that are selling goods,
like actual tangible, like physical goods. Yes. So it's not good for the next 4 years for Canada and U.S. unfortunately. Something asked about the travel restrictions. They said that Trump allegedly might restrict 40 countries and ban them from coming into America. So will there actually be travel restrictions coming for more countries?
Spirit just said in my ear, they're like, there will be more.
40 countries. They said some of the people are worried because they can't go back to their country. They can't. They come to school. They come to America to go to school, and they're like, I can't finish my degree because I can't go back to the country because I'm banned.
Or I'm afraid I'm going to get picked up by ICE.
Absolutely.
Oops. And I have to miss X amount of classes because I'm in ICE for a couple weeks or whatnot. But you know what they said? Americans are going to have to just bite the bullet because of less tourism. Because of these restrictions.
I got the restrictions, yeah.
So unfortunately, there's more travel restrictions coming.
I'll hold it because they were giving me something else, but I'll hold it because I think that's one of our future questions about migration.
They even show like airlines, like if you put just say I want to somebody just say I'm from Japan, I want to travel to America. They keep showing like you even putting in your information, and they're like, oh, you can't go.
Oh no!
Wow.
Sorry, you can't book a ticket. This is not available.
So I wonder, could you go to like a different countries.
They said
like,
a lot of people in certain countries are going to be jumping through hoops just to get to America.
They also said though that a lot of people in other countries are scared to even step foot in America right now.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, they're afraid they might not be able to go back. They're afraid that there might be anti-immigrant, like it's just all this stuff. So they said, not terrified, but people are. Well, there are people who are terrified. There are more people who are like weary, like
I got a lot of people on edge.
There you go.
I got this card,
yes.
this one with the face cracked open, and or heads cracked open. They said a lot of people who are affected by this immigration thing, they are super scared. Like they're on edge like every day. Like, oh my gosh, like
Exactly.
my dreams to come to America are ruined, or just even visiting America are ruined. So they said it's really affecting people emotionally very bad.
Exactly, and they said a lot of people are in other countries. I don't want to say they're becoming anti-American. I don't want to say that. But some of them are starting to let go of the American dream, per se. They also said lots of I don't know if you guys know, lots of foreigners come to summer programs. They send their kids out here, like NASA Space Camp, all those different types of things. Colleges, universities, they allow, students from other countries to come and do their, big summer programs. They said these programs over the next, it's not just 4 years, it's going to go beyond 4, but I'm not going to get into that. That'll be a later video. A lot of parents will be like, I'm not sending my child to NASA Space Camp this year. I'm not, and they're coming from Africa, Asia, and they keep saying the Middle East. The Middle East, there's going to be less people from the Middle East traveling to America. You might even hear that on the news. So
that's horrible.
Yeah, so I'm telling you right now, if you rely on foreigners or tourism,
you're going to be greatly affected.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
So you better find another side hustle or change your market.
They just said even foreign exchange students. They said they're going to be like obsolete.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there will be a couple who get to go through, and they say they're going to be extremely picky by who gets to come to America to be a foreign exchange student.
Really?
That's why they said other countries are going to do it to Americans who go to their countries.
Ah.
You know the exchange thing they have going on.
Wow.
We call it exchange student?
Foreign exchange
students. So they said that's going to be really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to talk about these supposed mass deportation. I don't know if it's really mass, but these mass deportations that are occurring. So is Donald Trump going to continue to do these mass deportations?
Throughout his entire presidency, Spirit said.
Mm-hmm. So the next question with that is, this is a great one someone asked, what is actually his main goal on this mass deportation? Like, why is he so fixated on getting rid of immigrants? Like, why? Like, what's the real reason?
Exactly.
I gotta guess to more, they keep showing more I hate to say this, but Spirit keeps saying scare tactics. Like, hey, we're gonna, ICE is gonna come into this area. They keep showing it's gonna keep happening for the next 4 years. But this is slow mass deportations. But people will still be deported. But they said mass. They said no. But people will be terrified. Like, oh my gosh. Let's get our papers in order. Let's get whatever we need because we don't want this to happen.
They said that Trump's main goal with deportation, the reason why he's so fixed on getting rid of immigrants, they say he actually is fixated and obsessed with this. And they said he actually does not, allegedly like immigrants. Like he feels like they're taking advantage of his country, of his government. They're taking money out of people, Americans' pockets. And they said he thinks that he's keeping America safe by not letting immigrants come in here. They say he really believes that. Like, he's like, I'm keeping everybody safe by not letting these people come in. They say he really feels that way.
And they say he's going to continue throughout his presidency talking about American safety.
Yeah, they said that's like his whole thing. But they say he genuinely does believe that, though.
Yeah, but they said, but when I watch the news, they do show Trump does say they're more focused on criminals.
Yes.
That's what they're alleging. That's what they're saying to the media, that they're focusing on criminals and keeping more of America safe. So
they're deporting people who, they're just going to college camp, but they're deporting people who aren't doing it. They're not criminals. They're just
we don't know. They say they're not criminals. We don't know what they are doing.
Yeah, I don't.
We do have no idea.
Yeah. But no, but they said some people they were just visiting and stuff. But some people said
but
that.
we don't know what people be doing either, because they could be selling drugs online and being like, I'm not a criminal. And, we don't know.
But they said in the future, though, they said Trump is, even if they said criminal or not, they said he is just going to be trying to get rid of as many immigrants as possible. Wow. And they said he's not going to discriminate against your age, if you're healthy or you're sick. He doesn't care if you're illegal, you're going. They said that's his mindset.
Oh, wow.
And they said he is going to really try to tighten all the borders around America to keep, so he really
border security.
They said he's really fixated on that too.
Yep.
So they said that's really why he's doing it. So will the Trump administration start invading college campuses on a mass scale?
Oh, wow.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
I'm getting not on a mass scale, but they will be picking. They're picking. They said they are watching social media accounts. Ooh. They are watching, and they give you the word private servers. So it's like independent. They're independent servers. I don't know. I've never heard of independent servers. I'm not into tech, but they keep showing and they said this is not only Trump's administration. They said the Democrats do it too. They said both sides. They said this is a government thing. They're even watching. They're screening people before they even come to the U.S., they said. So they're even looking at independent servers, private servers, forums, social media, and they're screening people, and they're like, this person's going to, I don't know, Wall University. I'm just making up something. Look at the wall in front of me. And on their private, independent server, I see that they're spewing certain types of rhetoric. We're going to go investigate them at Wall University. Or we're going to go pick them up from Wall University.
Okay.
And oh, wow. Spirit said, because they said, watch your back with what you say, even in person at campuses, because they said a lot of the students are going to, because students are afraid. So they said, I'll put it like this, on campus, people are going to be so on edge. I don't know what's going to be happening that causes, here it goes. They said on college campuses, students are going to be on edge. And they said, you have to be careful with what you say, because students will now not all of them, but will not be protecting free speech because they're afraid. They're like, oh, this person said this. I'm going to go report it to the dean. Our college could lose money. Our college could lose funding. Students are on edge that colleges will be losing funding. Colleges could be shut down. So I don't know if there's going to start being rumors about, watch what you say, the college could get shut down. There could be rumors running rampant. So students, instead of being, don't take this literal, like 100% of all students are going to be anti-free speech, but students are going to be a little bit more limited in what they say, because I think colleges will be bringing down the gauntlet. Like, if we hear you say this, you're gone. If we see this on social media, you're gone. So because students are afraid they could lose their thing. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, sorry.
Because students could be afraid that the college could get shut down, they could get kicked out, they could lose their scholarship, their grants. I'm telling you right now, watch what you are saying, because they said students will be stabbing each other in the back.
I'm curious if they're going to put moles. Like, they think they're students, but they're not students. They work for the government. Yeah.
Really?
Undercurses. Watch what you say and put online.
Colleges will still protect free speech, but also free speech will be limited. Students will be afraid to speak their voices in some parts of the USA. It's not all colleges. It is not all states in the USA. You will hear students saying, I got kicked out of class by my professor because I had anti-American rhetoric, or I brought up this. Like, I used my free speech and I was just giving a rebuttal or my opinion. I got kicked out. So it's going to run rampant on social media, and students will start, I'm not going to say certain things, but you will see students like kind of protesting about, don't take away our free speech.
Okay. Jeez Louise. So, due to all the stuff that's going on with the president, how Americans feel right now, will there actually be a U.S. revolt against the president?
Oh, wow.
Will there be mass? They said supposedly say April 5th is supposed to be a mass.
Supposedly there's supposed to be on April 5th. Supposedly it's supposed to be this big march. I don't know.
Millions of people are supposed to come allegedly, or supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So will there actually be a revolt against the president?
I got no. Not a widespread revolt.
Yeah, I got no.
There are going to be multiple protests though, but I got the card of this woman turning her back against people, and they said that's what Donald Trump's going to do. They said Donald Trump doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
He said you have to protest all you want. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they said no.
Mm-hmm. But they did say some of the protests will garner like attention.
Yes.
But it's not. There's not going to be
any big changes.
No revolt, and there's not going to be a January 6th repeat while Trump is in office. I don't see that.
Okay.
They said Trump is still loved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
they said that.
Yeah.
So although polls are showing, his percentage is down, people are. They said Trump is still loved though.
Yeah. Well, then the next question was, how does Trump feel about how the public views him? Like, what is Trump's current energy?
Oh, about how
I guess how does he feel? Like, how is he feeling right now about how people are viewing him? Like all the decisions that he's making. Like, what's his current energy? Like, I kind of already answered. Like, he really doesn't care.
Yeah.
They say he's really just all about himself, and
they say he's actually really optimistic though.
Yeah.
They say he's very business minded. So he's very people don't understand change. You have to go through bad things. Like when there's change, there's adjustments, and some adjustments make people uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So they keep saying he's they just don't understand. They just don't understand.
Because he's very not emotionally attached to business. Everything for him, business is analytical, strategic.
Yes.
He's these people understand I'm running this country like a business. I'm not getting my emotions involved. He's people aren't getting that.
Exactly.
But they say he generally doesn't care though.
Exactly. He's optimistic.
Yeah.
And they say Elon Musk too. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk. But what's so funny? They say Elon Musk will continue to play the bad guy though. He's not afraid to be branded as a villain. He's
like
or
50
a bad guy or
he's like the 50 Cent.
He's just whatever. It pays the cost to be the boss, and it is what it is. I don't really care.
Absolutely. Will there be a mass migrations of Americans starting to leave America due to this? If there's a lot of political changes that they just don't agree with it.
Yeah, there's already a mass migration, they said, but it will not be widely reported on the news though.
Yeah, I got people will leave, but they sit in bits, so they're not going to be a huge mass, thousands of people leaving. They say people are just going to be leaving, it's time to go.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's talk about this housing, food, and gas prices. Donald Trump promised that he was going to bring all this down. Is that ever going to happen? Because food's going up, gas going up, housing prices are through the roof. So, does anything go down?
I got no. In certain states, maybe yes. You might see a little 50-cent difference, dollar difference, but widespread, no.
I see that you won't really see a change in prices for. They keep saying 2 years into his term, then you'll see stuff actually start going down. So, yeah. Okay, this is a big one though. So, will Trump actually start invading other countries? Because he said that he wants to take over Greenland. So, will he actually start invading other countries?
What does he want to take over Greenland for?
I don't know.
He says it's a security thing. Right now, Denmark, Greenland is a Denmark territory. He's saying that Greenland should become an American territory.
Oh.
And it's more for security measures. They have an American base out there. It's a lot of stuff that they're claiming. So the question is, will Denmark become an American territory during Trump's presidency?
Greenland, you mean? Wait,
Greenland become an American territory.
Under Trump's presidency, what is the energy saying right now? Because energy can change.
I gotta know. Whoever runs Greenland, they're not backing down.
Yeah.
I gotta know. So will Trump invade other countries? I know we already said this already, but we said there's a possibility Donald Trump could start a war. That's in our
Psychic Tea with Jasmine.
Psychic Tea. It's a 5-6 minute video. We did. So there's a big possibility that Donald Trump will start a war in the future. So he will invade some country.
Okay. You know what Spirit's tapping though, telling me to say this. The Americans who decide to leave, what do you call it? To move away from America during Trump's presidency. When they feel like it's safe, they will come back though. They said that, like they're not going to stay in those foreign countries. Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna do the current energy as of now. Is there any chance that Ukraine and Russia will end their war during Trump's term? Because Trump said that he could end their war like that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that true?
So what's the energy? The energy. Current energy is showing for that. The current. I'm getting. The current energy is yes.
I got the
They
same
will
thing, too.
end the war. They say,
Temporary.
and I keep. That's what I'm getting.
Temporary.
Yeah, but I also hear a trade deal is coming down the pipeline. And I'm not going to give a timeline, but it's not far away. But some type of deal is coming. That also puts Ukraine, though, in a favorable spot.
Okay. So, the current energy of Ukraine. So will Ukraine actually agree to the mineral deal that Trump wants?
The current one. Because there could be, no, the reason why, because I was watching
Current
this.
what?
There's a current, they're in current talks.
Yeah, I don't
but
watch
they're
this.
requesting, there could be some changes. So the current one,
Okay.
is he going to agree to it, or will it be kind of changed some more down the line? So the current one they're talking about.
To the mineral deal.
I gotta know to that.
I'm
The
actually-
current deal that they're working. I gotta know.
I'm actually getting that Trump and Ukraine will agree to some type of mineral deal. So there is going to be some type of positive exchange that is going to occur Ukraine and U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting, well, yes.
But you know what's so funny? They show Russia coming to some type of agreement and either demanding more or demanding a change, or he backs out of his deal or agreement suddenly and then maybe starts it back up again. Because they keep showing like Putin and Zelensky, there's some type of agreement or ceasefire or an end to the war or something, and then they show Russia backs out suddenly, or Putin kind of backs away a little bit, and then they show him like coming back, and then I see Putin with a white flag. Like, okay, we're done. The white flag represents surrendering, right? So then I see, surrendering. They said Americans will be, and the rest of the world will be on edge as Russia kind of like pulls back a little bit, or there's something you'll see what's gonna happen with Russia, like pulling away some and then coming back and then waving the white flag.
Okay. Phew, okay. So, Trump and his friends had a on the text going on that they wanted to bomb Yemen allegedly. So will Donald Trump ever get impeached for this Yemen situation, for any other situation that occurs in the future?
There's no impeachment for Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
that's like, I'm like, they say he's gonna get to continue to get away with everything.
He's gonna serve his whole 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, Iran said that Iran said that if America attacks, they will attack back. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news or not, but that's what he said. There is a pending war, people, so just letting you know. There could be talks of war, and there's a possibility we could actually get into
a
war. So just letting you guys know that ahead of time. And what was it? There's something else I forgot. It'll come back. I forgot.
Okay.
Book your reading with one of the Trinity Oracles sisters today at trinityoracles.com. Links in the description box below. Make sure you enroll in the Oracle Card Readers Academy and book your 2025-2026 yearly forecast. See what's coming up for you in the future. And join our Patreon where we put up videos of things that we cannot put on YouTube. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye.